Hello everybody and welcome back to another EPI video. Today is November 7th, 2024, 2 days after the 2024 presidential election, and Donald Trump won. I predicted this. It looks as when all the results are finished, I predicted 48 out of 50 states correctly, so the two I missed were because he's likely to win Arizona and Nevada at this rate. Like, DDHQ called it for him. If DDHQ called it, it's pretty much over, and it looks really good for him. So, he won every swing state. An insanely commanding victory. Donald Trump is elected the 47th president of the United States. I predicted Harris to win Wisconsin and Michigan, but that did not happen. It was a red wave, so Trump he won everything, it looks like. So that's it. That's all the swing states. They just haven't called Nevada and Arizona. But Trump has won every swing state. He held North Carolina and flipped all the others. I was predicting a narrow victory for him. And while my predictions were close, it wasn't all spot on. Trump exceeded expectations by winning two states. I had Harris winning. And he also, if you look at the whole margins, this was a red wave. There, I guess, was not actually that much. He's going to win the popular vote. There was not really that much that Kamala Harris could have done about it. Just look at individual states. You look at Georgia. He won by 2. That might have been expected by some people, right? You look at the swing states. He won Pennsylvania by 2. Not expected by anybody. It doesn't actually show it there. Let's just go into Pennsylvania. And you can see he won by 2. 134,000 votes in the state of Pennsylvania. He flipped Bucks County. He flipped Northampton County. He flipped Monroe County. He flipped Erie County. Looks like Harris finally took the lead in Centre County. But absolutely huge results for Donald Trump. And you look at that there. And here's the interesting thing. I'll talk about the swing states and then I'll just look at the whole country. What were we told in Pennsylvania? And this is what I always thought was the path. I thought, Donald Trump can win Pennsylvania. I predicted him to. But I thought, is he really going to win, or at least not win, but shift in his favor the Philadelphia suburbs? And, that answer it was a no. It was, okay, Trump can win, but it will shift 2 points. That's what I said to Kamala Harris, the Philadelphia suburbs. That didn't happen. While you had the rurals, like I thought, shifting to Trump, even a little bigger than I thought, you had northeastern Pennsylvania, huge shifts, especially in Biden's home county. Luzerne, also Monroe, Pike, Wayne, Susquehanna, Bradford. Big shifts toward Donald Trump, right? But the Philadelphia suburbs, Delaware shifted 3 points towards Trump. Philadelphia, I thought, would shift 5. But you look at that. You look at Chester shifted 3 points towards Trump. Montgomery shifted 3.5 points towards Trump. Buck shifted 4.5 points towards Trump, and he won Bucks County. Who knows if that's the exact final vote, but it looks like he won it. So he won because the Philadelphia suburbs shifted right as well as the whole state. He won by 2 points. This is just a landslide if you're talking about, not a landslide, but a red wave. If you're talking about Pennsylvania there. Michigan, I expected Harris to win by a point. He won by 1.5 points. You look at that. He won by 82,000 votes, a lot more than he did against Hillary Clinton. You look at the shifts map in the state of Michigan, and you can see that he did a lot better, and even in places like, of course, Macomb was amazing, 9 points better. We expected him to do better in Wayne County, 9 points better. Oh, Macomb was 5.5 points better. But Monroe, 4.5 points better. Washington, I did 2 points better. Even when we expected could save Harris, the Grand Rapids area, so Kent County, that was a point better for Trump. She didn't have any shifts except, I guess you could say, rural counties over here. Who knows why that is. But all the other rural counties shifted large towards Trump. This was a huge victory for the former president and now the president-elect. And you even look at Wisconsin, which I predicted her to win by 0.5 point. Well, Trump won by nearly 1 point. And how did he do it? Let's look at the shifts map. You can see how he did it. You see that, again, we were told the wow counties. I was sick of hearing this because I didn't really put that much stock into it. The wow counties could save Harris, even though Trump's done better than ever before now in Wisconsin. But they could save Harris. 1 point shifts in each. You think, or 1.5, almost 2. You think that could do anything compared with the fact that you got Racine and Kenosha and the whole state shifting towards Trump because Harris is a terrible candidate for white non-college educated voters? Like, no, that's not going to happen. The wild counties are minuscule. The Philadelphia suburbs argument was a better one, though it didn't work. But it was not, the trends were always looking good for Trump in a place like Wisconsin. I read a little too much into the polls and early voting data. And then you look at North Carolina, Trump won by 3. Mark Robinson didn't bring him down. Yeah, Mark Robinson got crushed. He lost by almost 15. But he didn't bring him down. Trump won by North Carolina by 3 points, almost 3.5. You look at the shifts map, just a huge shifts as I thought in northeastern North Carolina and also in southeastern North Carolina. You did have a little bit of Democratic shifts here, but not even nearly enough. Raleigh shifted right. You look at Mecklenburg, that shifted 2 points to the right. So again, with black voters, Trump did way better. He also did better with Latino voters. You look at that there. You look at a place like, I guess we've analyzed them all, Michigan, yeah, but still Georgia. I mean, he won by 2, but I didn't think he'd win by that much. Yes, you had the outer suburbs shifting left of Atlanta. That was expected. Even some, these were the best shifts for Harris. But you had all the rural shifting right by a good amount. Trump had room to grow in rural Georgia. If you were denying that, that was a myth. Fulton shifted 1.5 points to the right. DeKalb shifted 2.5 points to the right. So just the black voters, she did not have the enthusiasm. I always thought it was crazy to predict her winning Georgia. And then Nevada, which Trump's likely going to win. He's up in Washoe. Who knows if that's going to hold up. In Las Vegas, which Biden won by 9, there's a 2-point split, and he held his way in the rurals. You look at trends, shifts, which I don't know if they have the map yet. Oh, they do. And you see that he grew in the rurals, and we'll see what happens at the end in Reno and Las Vegas. But absolutely huge. Arizona, a place where I predicted he'd win by a bit. Look at Maricopa. He's up 3 in Maricopa. Look at the whole shifts. Yuma is just insane. Look at Mojave County. You can see here that the whole shifts. It doesn't have it all, but he's been doing better. I just know. He's even doing slightly better in Pima, which people thought was left trending. All across the board in Arizona, this is just a landslide. But then you get to crazier results as you get in other places. Texas, he won by 14. I thought he'd improve a little. This was not a little improvement. We should look at it always this way. You look at the state of Texas, 14. I don't think it's going to be a blue state anymore. He just shifted it a ton. And Cruz won by 8.5, so not even that close. He shifted. Let's look at the shift map. Houston shifted 8 points to the right. Harris County, huge shifts. Dallas County, 10 points to the right. He won back Fort Worth, and Tarrant County shifted 5 points. You look at San Antonio, absolutely huge. And also just Starr County, which he already shifted 50 points. He managed to shift another 21 points. He won the border counties. He probably won the Latino vote in a place like Texas. Huge shifts. It's done. In a state like Texas for Dems. Florida won by 13. Safe state. He won Miami-Dade by 11 points. He didn't even just win it. Look at these shifts all across the board. Florida is a deep red state now. It's just insane. The trash Seltzer poll that was 16 points off because he went to Iowa bigger than ever before. Look at the shifts. Every single county shifted right, and by a big margin. Absolutely insane. Just to see that, and Maine second was our +9, but we have to look at everything. Alabama, he won by record numbers. Arkansas, Idaho, Indiana, bigger. Kansas, bigger. Kentucky, bigger. Louisiana, bigger. Mississippi, bigger. Missouri, bigger. All these states. And Ohio, look at that, by 11. Even Trafalgar Group had it getting closer. It wasn't. He won by 11. Look at the shifts. I mean, every single county except these two and the 3 shifted left. Other than that, they shifted right. Look at Northeastern, Mahoning, Trumbull, Ashtabula, Cuyahoga, which is actually, that's where Cleveland is. But absolutely huge shifts in Donald Trump's column. South Carolina got a lot redder. Tennessee, Utah, even Wyoming. And then you also look at other states. Virginia was within 5. It shifted 5 points. He got it a lot closer than I thought he could. And you look at the shifts, just rural Virginia did get redder. Virginia Beach got redder. The people, even this area with Fairfax, Prince William, Nova, I think they call it. It got redder. New Mexico, she won by 6, probably because of improvement with Latino voters. New Hampshire, she only won by 3. Dixville Notch got tied this time, and I think that was an early time since it was 5-0 last time. Trump was improving. He really improved. He got it within 3. No wonder Biden visited New Hampshire. Nebraska second. It was a lean one. Trump improved by a couple points. It was under 4. So not even a suburban district was shifting to her that much. This is a failure across the board. Minnesota, with the help of Tim Walz, she only won by 4. Absolutely insane. Shifts among almost every single county. You look at Hennepin even shifted. Ramsey shifted. But also the rurals shifted. You look at this here. Maine. Again, it's not full, but she's up a little bit less. 7 points. Again, just insane. California, Colorado shifted right. Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois up 8. Like, what is this? A disaster? Biden won by 17. You look at the shifts in a place like Chicago. Insane. 5 points. Or actually, yeah, I think so. 5, 4. I forgot which county is Chicago County. But yes. Similar margins. You look at Maryland, big shift to the right, actually. Same thing with Massachusetts. But New Jersey, she won by 5. New Jersey is almost a swing state at this point. Biden won by 16. She's up 5. These shifts are insane. 13 points, 12 points, 7 points, almost 5, 10, 4. Just shifts across the board. Who knows why he improved in New Jersey so much? New York, of course. We thought that could happen. We were thinking about that. So, all across the board, a red wave for Trump and a disaster for Kamala Harris, who I'll explain deeply in next video why she lost, but this is just analyzing the magnitude of the red wave. Look at the Senate. They flipped all the races they needed to get to 52. They beat Chester by about exactly what I predicted. But Moreno won by 4. You look at that. Cruz won by 8.5. Rick Scott won by 13. It was not a close race. Polls had him up 2. They were just garbage. I never, ever put any stock into them. Sam Brown could win, though. It's likely Rosen will win, even though it's much closer than I expected. Probably in Arizona also. Who knows, actually. But Wisconsin, a very close race, of course. Insanely close race in Michigan that Scott can barely win. And it even looks like, at this rate, definitely at this rate, in Pennsylvania, 3-term incredible incumbent Bob Casey will actually lose. I did not predict that. So Republicans would outperform my prediction by a point in the state of Pennsylvania's, at least in the Senate race. And you look at what's left. Allegheny and Philadelphia are over 95. Philadelphia is the only thing that has any left, right? But no, Cambria is 58%, and it's a deep red county. So he's probably going to net off that. Even if he didn't have that, Philadelphia doesn't have that much left. He's up over 30,000 votes. McCormick is likely going to win this race. I know he's at 96% in Polymarket because it's pretty much a done deal. So they beat Bob Casey. So they're probably going to flip 4 Senate seats for 53 to 47. That's the Republican majority. A good night. You could say technically they lost 4 swing state races, but they weren't expected to win any of them. They were expected to get close. But McCormick, that's crazy. I predicted it would be really close. I thought he could win, but I'm just surprised he actually is doing it. The House, it looks as if Republicans will actually win it, as I predicted very narrowly. You look at the forecast for the House here, they have more seats called. They have 213 for Republicans, so they're just getting closer. They'll probably win it at this rate, and it was just a red wave. It really was. It looks like Republicans will get the trifecta. So looking at all of this, when you have the inflation and the economy, as Trump's trusted on that issue, when you have immigration as the second biggest issue in a lot of cases, trusted on that, when you have only democracy for mostly Harris voters, that's not going to work. When you have a Biden who's super unpopular and Harris who said she would do nothing different from Biden, that was a dooming statement. I think the signs were obvious. I don't think there's much Harris could have ever done. I don't think anyone could have beaten Trump. Now we'll get another 4 years of Trump. Thank you for voting, America. And it will be fun to make a lot of videos, really analyzing this election and seeing how the red wave happened. And yeah. And once all the votes reported, I'll be able to give you my exact error, the error of my prediction, since I have exact predictions. With the House, I'll just do how many seats Republicans won and what my prediction was. But with the Senate presidency, with those more competitive states, I'll give you the exact error, I'll calculate it, of my predictions in each state. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe. Recommend videos for me to make. Now that the election's over, we're going to have a lot of fun. Of course, there's always still elections to cover, special elections, off-year elections, policy even that will, cover in an unbiased way for how it will impact the election. But you look at this, and it's just going to be an interesting 4 years. I'll just say to say the least. I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for on this channel. I'm not going to be biased here. But that's it. We've wrapped it up, and Republicans had a very good night. This is their first major election cycle where they had a good night in 8 years. So they really did seem to need this. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching EPI.